With a tape measure in hand, Lucid CEO Peter Rawlinson is measuring the distance between the brake pedal and the rear seat back of his company's Air Dream. Rawlinson, a former Lotus and Tesla engineer, employs an atypical measurement to judge interior space, and he's trying to show that his company's new electric vehicle has met one of its goals. Lucid's first automobile, which is just starting to reach consumers, is the result of two objectives he set for himself. It should have the same amount of interior rooms as a Mercedes-Benz S-Class and handle like a Lotus. As the metal tape bends through the cabin, it crackles and we get number 83.1 inches, a few inches more than they measured in the S-Class. Hello and welcome back to Emotion. In today's video, we'll take a detailed look into the performance and testing review of the all-new Lucid Air. Let's get started. How good is the Lucid Air? The Lucid Air is the flagship model from California-based Lucid Motors, and it's a performance-oriented electric luxury sedan. It competes with the Tesla Model S, Porsche Taycan, Audi e-tron GT, and Mercedes EQS, offering some of the greatest range and efficiency ratings among electric vehicles as well as supercar challenging performance. Lucid's first car seems to be rather promising. The new brand, which was founded with important people from Tesla, Audi, Ford, and a number of other well-known manufacturers, has yet to show its build quality, service, and support. For now, the Air receives a high TCC rating of 8.6 out of 10 based on short time with early vehicles, bolstered by its cutting-edge efficiency, range, and performance, as well as its head-turning design, a large interior that puts it at rest, and a slew of safety and tech features. What's new in 2022 for Lucid Air? The Air is around the same size as a Tesla Model S or a BMW 5 Series on the outside, but it feels a full size bigger on the interior. The sleek aircraft-inspired appearance establishes a new standard for cab-forward design, allowing for more internal space without sacrificing gasoline engines or tailpipes. The Air's interior is inspired by California, with lots of light coming in through the glass top and earthy feel to many of the accents. According to Lucid, the Air's cabin is as long as that of a Mercedes S-Class. There's plenty of room to stretch out the front and back, but 6-footers and larger passengers may need to stoop a little to get into the back seats. A rear seating package in the executive style is on the way, with 2 huge reclining seats similar to first-class aircraft seats. Lucid boasts the biggest trunk of any electric vehicle, with rear seat backs that fold forward and lower storage well. Lucid built its own propulsion systems for the Air based on Formula E battery experience and aim for downsizing and efficiency at every step. Lucid doesn't oversimplify but doesn't overwhelm with technology and menu choices, with its own interface including Alexa voice commands, a 34-inch wide glass cockpit panel above, and a retractable touchscreen in the center. High-resolution LiDAR sensors are part of its active safety package, as are future semi-autonomous functions promised through over-the-air upgrades. Pricing for different Lucid models. The Lucid Air's Pure trim, which is the most affordable, costs $77,400. For that amount, you get a single motor with fewer HP and a limited range. Given the $139,000 price tag for the dual-motor AWD, the Air Grand Touring is an intriguing option. Because all Lucid Air models come with all options, they provide excellent value for money. The top-of-the-line Dream Edition costs $169,000 and has 500 miles of range, over 1,000 horsepower, and all of the technology expected of a modern-day EV. The $7,500 federal tax credit and any other incentives are not included in any of the pricing shown. Peter Rawlinson to take over the EV industry. Peter Rawlinson, Lucid CEO and CTO, was the chief engineer of the Model S a decade ago and feels that Lucid's strengths lay in the harmony of it all: the design, packaging, performance, and outstanding work emphasizing efficiency in the Air. All of the effort put into creating a harmonious whole is visible in the Air. Rawlinson teases that what seems to be an engineering purist play may pay lucrative at the end when production ramps up, and the same harmonizing approach is applied to future, higher volume cars. A Phase 2 extension at its Casa Grande, Arizona facility will allow the Gravity SUV within the next year or two, with a third step later in the decade involving a Tesla Model 3Y size car and growth up to 365,000 units yearly. By 2030, a truck and coupe are also planned. Rawlinson's unwavering commitment to efficiency, along with Lucid's perseverance in developing its core component set despite financial difficulties, has resulted in what we believe is a top-notch solution that might be extended to millions of cheaper cars in the long term. Lucid is effectively banking on a future where the cars that can accomplish the most with the least amount of energy are the ones that win. We'd advise you to do the same if you can't afford a car like the Air. That's what makes Lucid a winner, given our focus on people going crazy over it. There has never been an automobile that's as pioneering, inventive, and futuristic as this one. The stats for power, performance, and efficiency are mind-boggling and unearthly. The Lucid Air is a fantastic car that will undoubtedly create a name for itself. Detailed performance and testing review. People have already gotten their hands on the 1,111 HP Air Dream steering wheel. The Air, weighing in at around 5,200 pounds, will never shuffle like a Lotus, but it steers with soul. Changes in pavement types can be detected thanks to the feedback flowing to your hands. The chassis is a multi-link design with coil springs, adjustable dampers, and anti-roll bars in front and rear, which isn't exactly new. The Air feels natural and predictable in unraveling corners without air springs, active anti-roll bars, or rear-wheel steering. It's simple to drive it swiftly and test the extreme limits of the custom-made Pirelli P0 P74 elect tires. Even at their most forceful setting, the 3-position dampers never add harshness. The low center of gravity, which is a result of the battery pack in the floor increasing the stiffness of the aluminum construction, aids in keeping body movements in control. The Air may not have the unadulterated taste of a Lotus, but it's connected and secure on a lively road for a large vehicle with a supple ride. Rawlinson's ambitions didn't specify Bugatti-grade acceleration, but it's there. Select Sprint mode to unleash the combined 1,111 horsepower of the two motors. They're restricted to 784 otherwise, and the acceleration is so strong that it leaves your inner ear punch drunk. With just a squirt of the accelerator, you can reach triple-digit speeds. We'd see a 60 miles per hour time of about 2 seconds with a quarter-mile duration of around 10 seconds. The maximum speed is limited to 168 miles per hour. The aerodynamics have been fine-tuned to achieve a low drag coefficient of 0.20. An audible surge of air travels over the A-pillars at motorway speeds. While the sound isn't distracting, the Lucid isn't as quiet as Mercedes-Benz's EQS Electric, which promises to be just as slick. Because Lucid didn't add any false sound to the automobile, you'll hear the true engine whining as you accelerate. The front and rear radial flux motors are identical and weigh only 163 pounds each. There is significant reason Lucid was able to fit S-Class room into a vehicle with a 195.9-inch length and a 116.5-inch wheelbase, which is 10.1 inches shorter than the S-Class. Leather, Alcantara, and an alpaca blend make up the inside. Although the little tumblers on the steering wheel for the music system and adaptive cruise had a crunchiness that Lucid promised to remedy before sales began, the inside fittings are superb. Each of the 22 battery modules has a capacity of 5.4 kilowatt-hours and weighs 51.8 pounds per kilowatt-hour or 9.7 pounds per kilowatt-hour. The Air Dream's battery has a capacity of 118 kilowatt-per-hour, whereas lower variants have a capacity of 112 kilowatt-per-hour. The cover of the battery pack circulates coolant over the cells. Lucid engineers believe that their solution is more chilling than Tesla. The EPA range of the Air Dream range on 19-inch wheels is 520 miles, while the Air Dream P on 21s is 451 miles. The battery can be charged from 10 to 80% in 20 minutes using a 300 kilowatt DC connection. So long as the energy supply is strong enough, the 90.2 kilowatt onboard charger should be able to recharge the battery in less than 7 hours. Everything seems to be too wonderful to be true. As a debut vehicle, a 1,111 HP EV with a class-leading range and plenty of creative ideas and innovation. We'll know if this tenacious firm, which almost went bankrupt chasing the dream, will succeed when clients who paid $170,500 start accruing real-world miles. If what we saw and experienced is representative of reality, we believe it'll not evaporate into thin air. Summing it up, what are your thoughts on this Lucid Air review? Do you think the upgrades can make it so much better that Lucid will kick off other brands in the industry? Start writing your comments below.